I'm Kengo Kuma, I'm an architect based in Tokyo. The Botanical Pavilion is a sensorial journey in which the visitors is exposed to different essences of wood from botanical garden while walking through it. It is a semicircular structure made of wooden elements interlocking like a puzzle to form structural arches. The joints are loose, but when all the elements are in place, the structure becomes stable. Inside this structure, the different types of timber from the botanical garden are suspended. In 2014, I was approached by artist Geoff Nees with the interesting idea of making a pavilion using the wood from botanical garden. From that moment on, we had a workshop-based collaboration between Australia and Japan to come up with a design that could showcase the timber, and finally we were able to realize it in NGV Triennial. In the Botanical Pavilion, there are many recurrent elements of my architectural philosophy. For instance, use of wood, aggregation of small particles, structural challenge, porosity, light, and shade. In the design of this pavilion, small wooden pieces are assembled like a three-dimensional puzzle to form a structural arch. This approach is inspired by Japanese carpentry tradition of using smaller elements relying on joinery to achieve larger spans. Japanese carpenters rarely made use of metal connectors to be able to replace wooden pieces or to resemble the structure in a different location. In a similar manner, the botanical garden uses only wooden joint, and it can be disassembled and reassembled somewhere else. Japanese crafts always respect material. And as material and detail are going together in Japanese craftsmanship, and I often get a hint from the Japanese craftsmanship. The circle shape of the pavilion may represent the cycle of nature, the material life cycle, but also a journey that brings us in the same place we started, but with more knowledge. The trees of the Botanic Garden are really special. There is an incredible variety of colors, smells, and textures. They have also a historical value. Standing there for hundreds of years, they have witnessed some key moment in the history of Australia and Australians that hang out in the gardens. Australia's nature is great, and also the long history of Australia is very unique, and also Japanese nature is very unique. And this pavilion is a kind of dialogue between Australia and Japan. I like forests, and the forest is the beginning of the history of Homo sapiens. In the forest, I can feel the special the power of nature, and this pavilion is a kind of interpretation of forest. I hope the visitors will feel connected to nature when experiencing the pavilion.